We have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from zero to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age, I don't care what skills or talents you have. Trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach and we can get it done. One more thing. We have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week, and you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you. Love you. Peace.
Tyrus, I can almost hear people saying, oh, but what about Colin Kaepernick? And I think there's 2 big points to be made. One, to your point, he didn't do this on the job. Kaepernick made his political statement on the job, to which the NFL said, not on the job.
Right.
The NBA does have a right. The Chicago Bulls do have a right not to employ someone for whatever reason they want. It's an at-will employment issue. But I'm fascinated by the point of view of the Bulls here, because all he said is it's unrighteous, right? That is an opinion held by basically every major world religion.
Yep.
He didn't say anything hateful. He didn't say anything else. He just said unrighteous, which again, it's just the commonly held opinion of almost every major religion in the world. And the Chicago Bulls said, well, that's not for us. That's radical.
Well, and here's the thing. Why are we putting our athletes in these situations to begin with? Why do Bulls or anything? We don't need to have a Black Pride night. We don't need to have a Pride night. Like all these things, you're pushing these gender identity things down people's throat. They go to a basketball game to enjoy the game. They don't go there to be lectured on how they should represent themselves and say things. I am one of my favorite players in the NBA, Jaden Brown. I think Brown is one of the most he's in the MVP conversation. I couldn't be more opposite him politically, but I don't care.
Right.
It's none of he's an outstanding young man who has a left perspective. Good for him. He goes out and he plays his ass off every night. I don't care about his religious things. I don't care who he sleeps with. Those things should not matter. And the fact that young men are he's out the league for, if he wasn't playing well, if he wasn't producing, and this was the icing on the cake, then at least say that. But to say, hey, we believe what you said was radical, it wasn't radical.
Conduct detrimental to the team.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Maybe detrimental to his filming needs work. Maybe don't record while you're driving. If you want to say like something like that to that effect. But again, you release this man. And here's the thing. What's terrible is the rest of the league would not pick this guy up. This is a decent ball player. He's a solid bench guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, he delivers on the court. So now he's going to be blackballed from the league because he is very supportive of his religious beliefs.
Right. And I mean, to your point earlier about the league putting them in this position, this is not unique to the NBA, by the way.
No,
this happens over in Europe. This happens in Europe in the world of soccer. And you know who the ones that are the voice for I'm not going to do that? It's the Muslims. They're over there like, I'm not wearing that armband. I'm not wearing that rainbow. They're all having to deal with, you're putting religious views in the crosshairs by taking this position publicly.
It's just sad. It's sad that we've gotten to this point. We're supposed to be this enlightened country, and you can't have different opinions. You can't have different belief systems. It's either a one way or no way. And that's the problem that we're seeing, especially with media, entertainment, is they know better. And if you're not with them, you're not anti-gay because you don't want to celebrate Pride Night.
Right.
That doesn't make you that. You're not anti-black if you don't want to celebrate Black Awareness Night. Like when they have these.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. I am Van, and we are all the LFR family. Thank you so much, gang, for pulling up and clicking the play button. Hopefully you hit that like button as well. I see my man Nick P is coming in hot. Much love to you, brother. Much love to you, my man. Shout out to all of you guys. Nick, thank you so much for the contribution. And thank you, everyone else, for just pulling up and being a part of what we got going on today. We are all the LFR family. I hope that this is a successful live stream and that we talk about some things that mean something to us all and that we can actually, solve some problems while we're here, not just waste time spinning our wheels. You know what I mean? please do me a favor, hit the like button, share this live stream, and hype it up a little bit. Share it on any platform. Right now, we are live streaming on Kick, Twitch, X, and YouTube. I wanted to live stream on Instagram, but I'm still in Instagram jail. I've been in Meta prison for the last year and does not look like I can go live for another 200 days or something like that. All right. Thank you so much again, Nick P. I appreciate you, brother. Shout out to all of you guys. Let me know where you're watching, what city, what state, what country you're watching in. And shout out to all my faithfuls, my blues, my greens. Y'all are dope. And special love I want to send out to Nanny's Take on the World. She was here before anybody. She pulled up and she cut the lights on. She pulled up, she cut the lights on. She made sure that the AC was on, that we won't be super hot. She made sure that everything was good before we pulled up. So thank you so much to Nanny and Wheezy, who pulled up to make sure that the building was straight for this live stream. All right, guys. How was your day yesterday? How was the last couple of days for you guys? Y'all let me know in the comments, man. We got a lot to talk about. What we just now witnessed was Jaden Ivey, basketball player from Chicago Bulls. And if you're new to this channel, then you don't know that I'm a huge fan of basketball. I've been locked in with March Madness, with the Sweet 16, Elite 8. We're now down to the Final Four. Those games take place this weekend, so I'm excited by that. And I'm also a huge basketball fan in the NBA. A lot of people know, I know, not political content, but when it comes to basketball, I'm a huge LeBron James fan, me and my son. And when it crosses over that political line, you start to see who is favored and who is not, who can say certain things and who cannot. And one thing I do know is this. LeBron James have said some things politically, because he is considered one of the leaders of the Black community. So he speaks up on things, but you will never hear him say anything negative about the LGBTQAI plus community. It's two groups that you cannot speak negatively about. That's the gays, and that is the Jews. Yes. And that's on most platforms that you're on. Most platforms, you cannot say anything negative about those two special groups. So we definitely want to rap about that today. Much love to you guys. I see somebody say congratulations to Louis B. Fishing. I got approved for a home yesterday, closing in the week. Congratulations, my brother. Yeah. Congratulations, man. Congratulations. Shout out to all you guys. Illinois is up in the building. Texas is in the building. Who else? Of course, South Carolina is in the building. Yeah. New Orleans is here. Yeah. So y'all let me know what y'all think about this whole thing. So Jaden Ivey, this is what he said that got everybody's panties in a bunch. Don't know if y'all have seen it before, but here it is. He was driving, and this is what he said. And guess what, guys? His wife won't talk to him. His wife won't text him back anymore. His family members, his wife family members won't text him back anymore. No other teams are going to pick him up. It's like they're completely ostracizing him from the NBA because he had something to say about being forced to celebrate LGBTQAI plus events in the NBA. And he was taking a firm stance with his religion. So sometimes when you speak up about Christ, you will be penalized by the world. So that I'm not surprised over at all. I'm not surprised. And if you are surprised, then you are naivete. Here's what he originally said.
They said my con.
Oh, no. This isn't what he originally said. Hold on one second. Let me find that video for you guys. I thought I downloaded it. Okay. Let me get it. Here it is. Okay. I am pulling it up right now, guys. And if you haven't hit the like button already, gang, hit that like button. All right, so this is what he originally said. I got to show it to you all so that you can see for yourself, and you tell me if what he said was disrespectful or if he was attacking the gay community.
That the world can proclaim LGBTQ, right? They proclaim Pride Month and the NBA. They proclaim it. They show it to the world. They say, come join us for Pride Month, to celebrate unrighteousness. They proclaim it. They proclaim it on the billboards. They proclaim it in the streets. Unrighteousness. So how is it that one can't speak righteousness? How is it one that how are they to say that you man, this man is crazy?
I'm not the Jay I used to be, but the old Jay is dead. I'm alive in Christ. No matter what the basketball setting is, I'm born again, the Holy Spirit. I've been saved by Jesus Christ. No matter what, how many DMPs I don't get to play, or no matter how many points I score, those things are a temporary thing.
Now, as you saw, he just has an issue with them always advertising and trying to get people into the building to celebrate Pride Month. Now, we know that Pride Month is in June, July. Shout out to President Obama for this. So, President Obama, this is your fault that this young man is blackballed. It's not your fault. Here's the thing. When you are a Christian and when you love the Lord and you decide to speak up about it, you will be ostracized by the world, because the world is not about the God's business at all. It's not about God's business, and I'm not surprised. I'm not. It sucks, and I hope this man get picked up by another team, or he's not actually blackballed for this. But it's horrible that everybody feels attacked because you have an opinion. Why can't I have an opinion? My opinion is not even based on hate. It's based on my religion. But I bet if somebody in the WNBA wanted to play with a hijab on their head, they will have nothing to say. Why? Because of their religion. Their religion says that they have to wear a hijab. They have to have their hair wrapped. So they will allow them to do so. And I'm sure that they got so many gay people in the league, whether it's on the men's side or it's on the women's side. But at the end of the day, this right here, in my opinion, is worthy of a fat lawsuit. And I pray that he sue the hell out of them, because they deserve to be sued. They deserve to be sued. There's actual, contributors of the NBA who are coming out against this and are saying that he's he's wrong for even speaking on it, but and saying that just because you have freedom of speech don't mean that you are free from consequences. How in the hell should there be a consequence? Why is there a consequence? Why is there a consequence for simply saying that I am a child of God and these shenanigans are things that I don't want to be a part of? This is not what I signed up for. Why aren't you able to say that? You have people working for the federal government who proclaim how much they hate the president. Think about that. You have people, if Chicago Bulls can fire, and I know that this is private, this is a private organization, I get it, but you have Chicago Bulls who not only cut this player, but The NBA have blackballed him and made sure that no other team picks him up, all because he expressed his love for God and his disdain for them promoting LGBTQ events, right? But you have people who work for the federal government, who are employed, who pay their bills with tax money, but they speak negatively and like they just outright disrespectful to the president, to many people who are in office, and they get raises. They get raises. They get celebrated. They get pats on the back. They get loved on. They get loved on. This is absolutely insane. It's insane, man. This blows my freaking mind. You know, we got other basketball players who are saying that they stand with him. You know, they're standing in solidarity. They're hoping that 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 Chicago and the NBA change their mind about Jaden Ivey. But at the end of the day, man, it's hypocritical what's happening. Here he is right here. He's on. I see these guys are covering it, and I just want y'all to see it for yourselves. But apparently, his whole family is turning against him right now because they're saying that he's crazy, you know, and he kind of is, because when you first turn your life over to God, right, and you're new to this, you judge everybody. You start pointing fingers at everybody. You start quoting scripture to everyone. You trying to recruit people to come into the church because of how this is making you feel. You're looking at everyone's life and telling them what they need to do to change it because they're not walking in alignment with the Lord. Like, you're being overly judgmental, and I don't condone that. Like, get out my damn face. Just because you have a relationship with God don't mean that you need to be browbeating me, trying to judge me because you feel like you're better than me all of a sudden. That part is not what I feel like I'm getting from this young man. But he does have a newness about him, and like a new relationship with God type of vibe with him. Like, this is the same guy that after basketball games, they're asking him about the game. And what he decides to do with his time is express his love for God. Here he is on a podcast, and I want to show this to you guys right quick. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button if you haven't already, and we're not going to belabor the point. We're not going to spend a whole lot of time on this, but I do want to show this to y'all because I think this is actually pretty, hold on one second. Pretty dope. I think it's dope that somebody stand for what they believe in, and you know, whether there's consequences or not, you know, that's just life, man. That's how the cookie crumbles. How many of y'all was turned to
So
lost some
Anthony, I
friendships?
just saw.
Like, if you think about it, how many of you lost friendships or lost relationships with your loved ones because you decided to support Trump? How many of your family members and friends or coworkers or ex-friends and family members think it's cool to be disrespectful to anybody who support Trump or who is a MAGA supporter, or who would dare to put on the red hat? You know what I mean? Hold on one second. We got a super chat just now came in. Brent, what's going on, brother? He said, Jesus said, if the world hates you, remember it hated me first. Absolutely. 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 The world is supposed to hate you. The world is supposed to hate you. You're supposed to be not of this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. You know what I mean? You because the world belongs to Satan. That's what the world belongs to. That's where all of Satan's minions are. That's where they lie. All right, so check this out, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think.
So Anthony, I just saw a video. Anthony Edwards had said some derogatory thing to some male doing he had I don't even think it was initially, like, I can't remember vividly what the situation was, but he called somebody a derogatory word, right? He called them the F word, but like
Oh yeah, yeah.
yeah. Okay. So he was like portraying that person was was gay, basically, right? And so I believe the NBA fined him for it, right? But he said those things, right? And they fined him for it. And so how is it that he said something detrimental and basically hypocritical judgment because he's not a Christian?
Yeah, it's derogatory. Right. It's like a slur almost for homosexuals that
right.
That if you use that word against them, they're going to be offended by it. Right.
He got fined. He didn't get kicked out the league. He didn't get waived. Right. But it's because he's the best player on their team. Right. They need him. Right. The Timberwolves need him to be on the team because he's the best player. He makes them money. Right. Well, I'm injured. I'm injured and I'm speaking the truth. It's all money involved into that. That's why that's why he's still playing. That's why they're not gonna waive him. He's making the Timberwolves money. Everyone goes to pay to watch Anthony Edwards. Yep. If they didn't have Anthony Edwards, no one will watch the Timberwolves.
Now, here's the thing, young man, I would have advised him to shut the hell up, not speak too much about it. To be honest with you. And honestly, he's saying a lot right now, and he should. He's upset. I get it. But your immaturity is what got you fired in the first place. I'm just keeping it a buck. You're in the den of thieves. You're being paid blood money to entertain people who are rich as hell, and you know where that money is coming from. And then you speak out on the organization and this happens. You're not one of their star players. You're injured, you know what I mean? And they have no, like, they're trying to save their money. They're trying to save their donors. They don't want their big money people to turn away from them. But this right here, I believe, was the straw that broke the camel's back. Listen to this right here. This rhetoric right here. Listen, I think they thought this part right here was extremely not dangerous, but they thought this was hateful. This was him in his car talking about the LGBTQ and talking about being gay, period. Check this out.
God did not make a man to be with a man. How God did not make a girl to be with a girl. God made a man for the purpose of procreation, to have another child. How can a woman bear a child with a woman? How?
Did y'all just now hear that? Now think about this. On the Democrat side, they won't even tell you what a woman is. This young brother works for a private organization who are walking lockstep with the LGBTQ plus community, who receive a bunch of funding from contributors of that community and certain companies who endorse his team. And this is what he's saying in his car. He's breaking down to us why it's wrong to be gay. And so when the NBA sees this, when Chicago Bulls see this, I'm sure this came from the top. I'm certain that this came from the top. I don't believe that this was, just the Chicago, but I think the Chicago Bulls were told to do this because I think that this is the atmosphere now of our country. Will he be made whole? Absolutely. And guess what? Sometimes things like this have to happen in order to separate us from demonic spirits or the demonic ways of this world. Sometimes we would work for an organization and we would disregard the fact that they are demonic because we're getting paid a lot of money. And sometimes it takes the Lord to inspire us to really put it out there, really put our stance, let people know where we are mentally and physically, mentally and spiritually, so that the world can make a decision. This could have been orchestrated by the Lord the entire time, because maybe this was on this young man's heart ever since he was in the league. I mean, ever since he joined the league. Like I said before, this young man has been known to just talk about God at great length. And I want y'all to see what a major contributor, a major commentator said about him. Like it's absolutely nuts what these people are doing, man. Nobody is standing with him. Like the young players, they're kind of sort of standing with him, but check this out right here. This guy says that he is responsible for being let go. Check this out. And thank you again for pulling up, guys. Make sure y'all hit the like button if you haven't already. All right, here we go.
There is freedom of speech, but freedom of speech does not necessarily mean freedom of consequence. I also will remind everybody, starting from the sports perspective, your talent will make room for you. If Jaden Ivey was averaging 20 points and 10 assists right now, 20 points and 10 boards right now, we probably wouldn't be having this conversation. But because in January of 2025, he broke his left fibula, and then in October of 2025, he had arthroscopic knee surgery. And then again, he's missed the last 2 weeks he had missed, starting in February 21st after getting traded from the Detroit Pistons to the Chicago Bulls. As a result, averaging 11 points and 3 assists, his talent is not making room for him. Plus, if you're in the training room, we do not necessarily want to hear from you. We want to just see you recovering. So from a sports perspective, starting there, athletes, you know your talent makes room for you. If the talent starts to diminish, we do not want to hear you more than we see you. That's number one. Number two, I don't like the path that Jaden Ivey is going down. And the reason I say this is this. Number one, Jaden Ivey's been through a lot. If you hear what he's talked about, he was sexually molested as a child. He had a porn addiction while he was married. He's self-admitted that he was abusive towards his wife and his children. These are all Jaden Ivey's words, not my own. And so Jaden Ivey is also acknowledging like he's a struggling individual, or an individual that has struggled. So let me acknowledge that, acknowledge the emotional and the interpersonal aspects as well. Anybody that's been to therapy understands things that happened to you as a child, they impact you as an adult. Now let me talk about the biblical aspect of it. Because Jaden Ivey also has to understand that not everything that's legal is going to be biblical. Render to Caesar what is Caesar's. Also have to understand you have to be wise, discerning, and tactful as to how you speak and when you speak and who you speak to. Jaden Ivey, if you want to quote Paul in Corinthians, Paul wrote what he wrote to the church in Corinth. He didn't necessarily write what he wrote to the church in Ephesus or the church in Galatia. In the same manner, Jaden Ivey, you got to use discernment of when you speak and who you're speaking to. If your job and your goal is to emulate Jesus, also understand when Jesus saw the woman who had committed adultery, he said, go and sin no more. He didn't then try to extrapolate every single sin and every single man she has slept with adulterously. So I will just start by saying, one, understand there's a difference between legal and biblical. Two, Jaden Ivey, make sure you tend to your mental and emotional health if indeed there is anything going on, because you have been very vulnerable about your struggles previously. And then three, render to Caesar what is Caesar's and render to God what's God's. That's biblical if you want to talk biblically.
No, nobody want to talk to you biblically. Okay, so check this out. This guy is very intelligent, obviously. Very intelligent. That's why he has the job he has. But I will say this. Most of you guys are cowards. Most of you would never be in a position of Jaden Ivey because you wouldn't have the balls to speak up about the Lord the way he did. You wouldn't have the balls. Why? Because that paycheck is too good. Those relationships you have are too good. And something that I know for certain is that a lot of Democrats specifically, they overlook many atrocities just so that they can live in comfortability. They will overlook anything. When you look at everything that's been happening, women know that they were being used by men. These women know that they were being used by men in order for men to be able to dress up like them and use their locker rooms, in order for them to be able to compete against women. Women were the ones that were getting out there, making their voices loud and proud to support the gay community, but ended up getting the short end of the stick by men competing against them and taking what was theirs, taking what they earned, taking what they worked hard for. If it weren't for women speaking up for the LGBTQ plus community, none of these initiatives would have went forward. But they do it to their own behest. And next thing you know, they're paying for it. Now you have this gentleman trying to tell this young man, you need to know that Jesus did not browbeat people. He just said, change your ways and go about your way. Well, this youngin is not Jesus. He's a disciple of Jesus. He's a follower of Christ. He's a believer in the word of God. And he's going to express what he expresses when he feels like expressing it. The same thing that David did. When David was ripping off his clothes and celebrating in the streets, everyone thought that he was crazy. He might have been, because he was the same guy that went up against giants with a daggone slingshot. And he wasn't even trained for battle. He was the same guy who salivated over and coveted somebody else's wife and sent her husband into battle so that he can die in order for him to have his wife. But yet, God said that this is a man after my own heart. So there's so many different ways to look at this. So one thing I will say is this. I believe that he's going to land on his feet. He's going to be fine no matter what. But what he worked so hard for, I don't think it should have been taken away from him simply because he's not walking lockstep with the NBA. This is absolutely terrible, man. Maybe it's just me, but I look at this as a bad thing. I don't like the fact that this dude is losing his opportunities that he worked so hard for because he spoke against something that he don't believe in. Like I will speak against it too if I was in that position. I'm just keeping it a buck. Or you know what? Depending on how greedy I was at the time, I might have been quiet just like everybody else, because that's essentially what everyone else is doing. They go along to get along in order for their money to continue to flow the way that it flows. And guess what? I can't knock them. I really can't. Here's another player right here. This is Maxey. He plays for the. Does he play for the Sixers? I believe he plays for the Sixers. He plays for the Sixers. Check out what he has to say.
Dunk?
Yeah. That was a good dunk. Did you like that dunk?
You gave it a 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10? He can't even dunk on people. He's 6 out of 10?
I only speak the truth.
Hold on. There's another angle. This angle I thought. Okay, from my angle, I was impressed at the beginning. But from other angles, I was not. Tough critic.
How did that develop in the moment? How did that feel in the moment?
So good, man. We needed it. We needed to let some emotions out, man, after the last week or so. And I think we did that tonight. Let some emotions out, played the right way. God stepped up, made shots, and defended really well.
This is not the clip. Because it says Tyrese Maxey threatens to walk with Jaden Ivey after the Bulls waived him. Tyrese Maxey just went nuclear on the Bulls, waving Maxey. I stand with Jaden Ivey on everything. I thought this was the video, but this is not. All right. This is him talking about a dunk that he had inside the basketball game that he was in. And this is let me see. Here's another player who has something. Swaggy P has something to say about the whole thing. Yeah. Hold on one second. Let me pull this up. Here we go.
You take a stance like that, you're done. I'm gonna tell you where you messed up at. It ain't even about the community you was talking about. It's the fact that your ass went at Steph Curry. You're done. You said anything about that man. You said something about Steph Curry. Oh yeah. You talk about Steph Curry, you called the golden child, not a Christian? Oh yeah. God might even do something to you for that. God don't play about him. What other nigga you know that's 6 feet and the best player in the NBA? Jaden Ivey, your best bet now is just Just be gay. Your best bet is just be gay. Like, just fuck it.
You can't take these people seriously, man. You can't take them seriously. You cannot take them seriously at all. He told Jaden Ivey, he said, your best bet right now is to just be gay. Become one of them. Become one of them and get back accepted into the community. Guess what? Let me ask y'all, what do y'all think will happen if he expressed his undying love for the gay community and he came out as gay? Do you think that they would take him back then? I honestly think they will. I think they will. I think that they will appreciate the fact that they have someone new on their team and on the team of gay, and they will embrace him for it. That's just me. I believe that 100%. 100%. Look, somebody said when you're at work, you can't call your boss prejudice. As I just now said, when you work for the federal government, you can completely disrespect the government. I mean, you can completely disrespect the office of the president. You can say that's not my president. You ain't got to stand up to salute no flags. You can give the whole president, the whole office, your ass to kiss, and they can say nothing. They can say nothing to you. And that's just where we are right now. That's just where we are. It sucks, man. It sucks. All right, moving on. What's going on, Jeff? Shout out to Jeff pulled up. He says, let me put on my glasses. He also says some disparaging things about Catholics, a Christian group with over 1.6 billion members. I'm one of them. You have the right to say whatever you want, but there are consequences. Let me tell you something. I think you're right with that, but I'm also going to say this, man. I don't know everything that he said. I don't know everything he said about the Catholics. Apparently, he just went on a rant about every damn body because I'm not familiar with what he said about the Catholics. I'm not even familiar with what he said about Steph Curry. Apparently, he said something about Steph Curry. That's what Swaggy P was just now talking about. He was like, he said something about Steph Curry. You don't say anything about NBA's golden child, who is one of the shortest in the NBA, but considered one of the best in the NBA. So he said something about the Catholics. He said something about the gays. He said something about Steph. And now he's moving on. He's going to do what everybody else does. He's going to start himself a podcast. Yeah, start himself a podcast, and he will be okay. He's going to start raking in the dough, and he's going to be fine after that, because that's how life works. That's just how things go. Right now, podcasters are winning more than real professionals who go to school for mass communications and journalism and all those things. Apparently, the only thing you need right now is a microphone and a camera, and you are Gucci, baby. You are in there like swimwear. Y'all hit the like button if y'all haven't already. We're about to move on to our next story. Apparently, Ron DeSantis, let me go ahead and share my screen so you guys can see what I am talking about. Apparently, Ron DeSantis is going at a judge. He's trying to get her impeached. So it says that he's moving to have this radical leftist judge impeached after she released a known predator who went on to unalive an innocent 5-year-old girl. Apparently, he's petitioning the state legislature to impeach Judge Tiffany Baker. Until you start holding these judges accountable, they are going to continue to find ways to benefit the criminal element. Let's see what he has to say so you can judge for yourself, and let me know what y'all think in the comments. All right, here we go.
I appreciate the legislature for passing this. But I will just say to my friends in the Florida House of Representatives, I don't think what you've done is enough. You have the power and you have sufficient numbers in your chamber to impeach this judge, Tiffany Baker. Until you start holding these judges accountable, they are going to continue to find ways to benefit the criminal element. This was an outrage. This was such an easy call to make sure that this guy was put behind bars, and this judge refused to do it, knowing the risks, and the result has obviously been a tragedy. So Florida Constitution vests the House of Representatives with the ability to bring an impeachment against a circuit judge with 2/3 majority. You know, last time I checked, we've got way more than 2/3 of Republicans. Honestly, I think some Democrats would vote to impeach given what happened in this case.
The problem is a lot of these judges are judging like they were parents. You can't continue to give these badass kids chance after chance after chance. These are not your children. They're not your nephews. They're not your nieces. You cannot just say, "Oh, he committed this crime. It's okay, baby." I know that the jails are not made for you. They're made they're made to belittle and demonize black people and blah 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 blah. So I'm gonna do whatever I can to protect you and give you a second chance because I believe in you. I believe that all I got to do is whisper sweet nothings in your ear, and you're going to go back out there into society and you're going to do some great things and you're going to make me proud. And I want you to come back to me with a testimony as to all of the great things that you've done after I gave you a second chance. And these fools will go out there and Jared, I don't know what's going on, brother. I honestly don't know what's going on, but shout out to YouTube for doing what YouTube does. These criminals will go out there and they will say, "Oh, thank you for the opportunity to commit more crimes." And that's exactly what they would do. Something like this lady right here. This lady, I believe she was in and out of jail for, I don't know. This is another judge that let this lady out of jail. This lady been in jail 23 times. 23 times. The judge releases her and she stabs a pregnant woman in the parking lot of Harris Teeter in North Carolina. So when these judges release these people without punishing them for what they did, they come back out here and they commit heinous crimes. Check this out right here, man. This is absolutely insane. And look at the bottom of the screen. Look at her face.
It was random, inexplicable, and scary. She was getting her toddler out of the car when this woman she's never seen before confronted her and attacked her with a knife. To say this crime is a shock is an understatement. Wednesday, around 11 a.m., a woman was getting her toddler out of the car in the parking lot of the Cotswold Harris Teeter when she says another woman who pulled out of the park.
Hold on one second. Check this out.
Wednesday, around 11, when she says another woman of the Cotswold Harris.
Look at all these daggone. Look at all these mugshots, bro. Look at all these mugshots. Why are you even out? Why are you even out? This is nuts, man. This is nuts.
Harris Teeter, when she says another woman who pulled out of the parking spot behind her, stopped her car in the middle of the lot, got out, cursed at her, and attacked her with a knife.
I was facing my toddler, getting him out of his seat, and thankfully turned around, and she was coming at me with a steak knife.
She asked we not identify her by name because she is still shaken up by the incident, but she is 38 years old and pregnant. She has never seen the woman who attacked her before and has no idea why this happened.
I pushed and kicked and screamed, and thankfully, I think that scared her off.
The attacker got her once in the sternum, but she and the unborn baby are amazingly okay. No arrests have been made, and CMPD hasn't said if they have any suspects. Cotswold Village is a busy shopping center, and this stabbing happened in the heart of the day. She's encouraging everyone to always be aware of their surroundings.
Thankfully, I turned around, because if I had been facing my car, it could have been much worse.
Wow.
Harris Teeter declined to comment. They told us to ask all questions to CMPD, and I did ask CMPD for more information about this, but they said all the info's in the police report, which didn't include anything further.
So you mean to tell me that somebody can have all these daggone mugshots
Woman who pulled
and feel like they can go on a tear and do whatever the hell they want to do to innocent individuals, man? To innocent individuals. This lady was taking her toddler out of a car and got attacked with a steak knife. Got stabbed, bro. That's nuts. That is absolutely insane, man. I got a wife that goes to the stores. You know, she goes to the stores. She's out and about. She's handling her business. You know what I mean? And she got to deal with these same damn people like this who've been arrested millions of times. And apparently they already know. I mean, if you're this criminal right here, look at her. She's even smiling in her mugshot. She's fine with being arrested. She's good. Like, that's where she go to get her some rest, catch up with her friends, see how they been while she was on the outside, to let them know all of the great things that she's done while she was out. And what's even wilder is she might be a mom. She might have children of her own. She might have a whole family. This is absolutely sad, man. It's insane. It's nuts. And that's not even it. We have another story that just now came about of 5 men who ran up in somebody's home, held them gunpoint to rob them. And guess what? All of these guys are illegal immigrants let in under the Biden administration. Check this out.
Norve Rodriguez Angulo, Elvin Levon Casiedo, Eluturo Castro, and Edward Lozano Tenorio, all arrested last Thursday during a home invasion, according to court documents. Court documents say they pointed a gun at a juvenile during a robbery and are all part of a transnational theft ring targeted high-end items within residential properties, vehicles, and persons. 2 suspects making their first court appearances in the case.
Edward Lozano is charged with aggravated robbery.
And Elvin Casiedo charged with
aggravated robbery with a deadly weapon.
The rest of the men also charged with aggravated robbery, according to Houston police. While HPD couldn't confirm if they were linked to other crimes, sources tell ABC 13 they are tied to a Colombian crime ring we've been reporting on. Earlier this month, we told you about 3 arrests out of Fort Bend County with the same criminal ring, where investigators say the suspects targeted people in a Fulshear neighborhood by staking out their victims and law enforcement in what they call pre-burglary surveillance, a South American burglary trademark. This also comes after a story we first brought you last month, where Houston police say they arrested 20 people in an alleged ring and recovered $4 million in stolen property.
Wow. Y'all be careful out there, because y'all go to work every single day, bust your ass to build something for your families. And there are people out there driving around waiting to catch you slipping so that they can take what you worked hard for. They don't care about us at all. They're waiting for you to win so that they can take what you've earned. And if you try to defend what you've earned, if you try to defend yourself, they will gladly take your life. It sucks, man. It sucks. It's absolutely horrendous. This is insane, man. Let me see what my people are talking about inside of the chat. I see we got one troll in here. Shout out to the trolls. I love trolls. Y'all are dope. Let me see. Let's see here. I am great. Thank you for asking, baby bull dagger. Baby blue dog water. Hot dog water. Baby blue hot dog water. I don't know why I called you baby bull dagger. Let me see here. And shout out to Zoran Mamdani, who is doing a bang up job out there in New York, completely changing things up. I have a story that I want to share with you guys. It's absolutely I think it's dope. This one brother went out in the streets of New York with his camera. Well, he wasn't going out there with his camera. He had his phone while he was just walking. He's a New Yorker, and he was looking at the streets, and it was endless potholes. Endless. I'm talking about really deep potholes, and he was recording them, and his video went viral. Got millions of views, showing how Zoran Mamdani in New York was completely ignoring potholes around the city. What do y'all think happened? Within 24 hours, Zoran Mamdani got rid of those potholes because that guy's video went viral. A lot of times, mainstream media won't do it. Voting, sometimes that puts us in a worse situation because it elects people in office who don't have the best interests of our country at heart. They have the best interests of their religion at heart, the best interests of the country where they're from at heart, or their own ill intent to make millions of dollars off the backs of taxpayers. But they don't really want to do the job that people voted them in office to do. They have their own things that they want to do when they get in office, which is take advantage of the American people. Sometimes we got to cut our phones on and make things happen because mainstream media is not going to do it at all. They're not. I want to show this to y'all, man, because when I saw it, I thought it was pretty cool. Man. But shout out to Zoran Mamdani for taking care of it, because when I saw that he came out there, because the dude recorded another video the exact same, the very next day, he recorded another video. And now this is Instagram. Okay. He recorded another video and he was like, God gracious, they took care of it. This is wow. This was fast. Yeah, he was surprised because he didn't realize the power of he didn't know that he was going to go viral. He also didn't know that Zoran Mamdani the New York, public servants was going to respond the way that they did, because you would think that they really wouldn't care, but they actually care. They just don't want people to know that they care. And it sucks, man. So check this out right here. Here's the first one. Remove this from the screen. All right. Let's see here.
All right, I got a question.
Oh, here we go.
All right, I got a question, because these potholes is too fucking crazy. Look at these fucking potholes, bro. Like, you can't have nothing nice in New York. Look, you see? He even knows. Look at these fucking potholes. Look at this one! Look at it! What is this? Now you can come. What is... Like... Look at this. Yo, you can't have nothing nice in New York. Yo, Mandani, what the fuck is going on, nigga? Am I on the moon?
I just now fixed one of my wife's tires on her car. She drives a Range Rover Velar. That tire cost $700 because she ran into a pothole that cut into the side of her tire. And it was when you cut into the side wall, the tire is done. The tire is done. They can't fix it or nothing. They can't repair it.
Am I in the moon? Look at this shit.
And ours went no near.
Look at this shit.
No way near.
I'm a size 9. And look. What the fuck? Look at this shit. Oh, this shit's about to tip over.
Yeah, this is
oh my God, look down to the rebar. This shit is down to the rebar. Like,
this
what
is
the
crazy.
fuck?
That's crazy.
This shit is crazy.
That's crazy. That's nuts, man. All right, so this video got millions of views. And since it got spread around everybody's in New York, like, look at what they're doing in New York. Zoran Mamdani is a piece of shit. All this other stuff. And they trying to get him to fix what they didn't think that he was going to do anything about. Well, he did something about it. You got to give him props for that. He did something about it. And here's the video of the dude. And shout out to this brother for being fair.
This is how you make change happen.
And I want to say shout out to him for being fair, because with the same energy that he approached his very first video of Zohran Mamdani not doing what he was supposed to do for the country, for the city, he did that with this as well. Same energy. And I respect people like that. Like I do. Now, should Zohran require someone to record a video and go viral before he does anything to help out the city? Hell no, he shouldn't. He should have been on top of that. But he did do something about it.
This is how you make change happen. You see what the fuck is going on here? Look. What's going on, my boy? How you doing? You good? Yo, in 24 hours, they fixing the power. Are you kidding me right now? Get the fuck out of here. Look at this. Now the bus is happy. Look at that. Look at that. We're not on the moon no more, Papi. We're not on the moon. Yo, in one fucking day?
Yeah.
In one day, that shit
You got
happened?
millions of hits, right?
Yeah. Like
Millions.
Yo,
Like,
what
you know
up,
we on the
man?
moon. Yo, come down here with all the guys. You remember that video that we were showing you? That the guy was like, yo, what am I on the moon? I'm taking a picture with him right now. He's right here.
Yeah.
Hey, hold on 1 second. So I'm with you right here. Christy said it perfectly. She says he did his job. He does not deserve credit for sugar honey iced tea. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. He's being paid handsomely. He has a mansion that comes with his job. How many of y'all got a mansion that comes with your job? Do y'all get a mansion? How about private protection? Like, no? Okay. No, okay. Yeah, this is wild, man. This is wild. All right, so let me see. Hold on 1 second. Let me see. Ran across this other young lady who she says that she wants to see President Trump assassinated. I don't know why people are doing videos like this. They already know what's happening from these videos. They know what's happening from these videos. They just don't care. It's wild.
And Iran, make sure y'all do some meditation, breath work, and prayer before you shoot your shot. All right? You bet not miss this time, because I don't understand how they got CK so clean right here, but they didn't wait for the perfect shot when it came to Donald Trump. They missed by the ear. Like the ear, like you see how close the earlobe is to my brain? What do I know? And Iran, make sure y'all do some meditation, breath work, and prayer before you shoot your shot. All right? You bet not miss this time, because I don't understand how they got CK so clean right here, but they didn't wait for the perfect shot when it came to Donald Trump. They missed by the ear. Like the ear, like you see how close the earlobe is to my brain? What do I know?
I hope you go viral, baby girl. And I hope you get everything you want out of life. Out of your virality. I hope you get everything you want from your virality. Because it's wild to wish death on anyone. To celebrate the death of Charlie Kirk, making fun of that, like they got Charlie Kirk in the neck from long range, but they couldn't hit Trump. Like they hit him in his ear. Why are they trying to kill him in the first place? What's the point? What's the point? I really don't get it, man. I really don't get it. Let me see. All right, so this one right here is a Muslim Uber driver who picked up a girl. He picked up a girl and he wouldn't let her out. And the father of this girl, he was tracking her, and he found this guy and beat the hell out of him. Oh my gracious, this is a beautiful story already. I love it. Man, y'all let me know whatever y'all want me to know about this one.
58-year-old Ahmed Ali, an Uber driver accused of a heinous crime.
Where they're asking that the court find probable cause for rape in the second degree and kidnapping in the first degree.
The victim relying on Ali's service as a rideshare driver to get back safely. Instead, documents say Ali used his Uber app to make it seem like he dropped the victim off, then drove here to this secluded location outside of Olympia and raped the victim.
She is fearful.
Wow. 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 Wow.
If he is released, or expressed that she would be fearful if he is released.
The probable cause documents say the family of the victim got worried when the woman did not return home. The father, using his phone, tracked his daughter's location to the scene of the assault and found the victim naked in the back seat of Ali's car, with Ali scrambling back to the front seat, trying to pull his pants up.
There is a substantial danger that the defendant will commit a new violent crime, and this is based on the nature of these allegations.
Documents say the victim's family beat up Ali, and at least 2 shots were fired. Investigators say Ali tried to flee the scene, despite medics saying he needed help. In court, Ali still had bandages on his hands. Near the scene of the attack, I spoke to a dad who told me it's horrifying to hear what happened to someone else's daughter on Father's Day weekend.
You know, to me, it's justice, and it should have never happened to begin with, right? That it's just disgusting, but I'm glad the dad was able to be there.
The suspect is a father himself of 5 children. The courtroom was packed with family and neighbors in support of Ali.
Why? Why do you even have support? Why do you even have support, bro? This is nuts. Why is his family there in support of him? I'm going to tell you why. Because this is their culture. This is what they do. This is what they do. All of his wives are there. All of his brothers and his cousins that came over. This is what they do. They are there in support of him. Hoping that he's released. Hoping that he don't get any time. And then they're going to send it up to Ilhan Omar so that she can fight even harder for him to probably even sue the state and get some money from this. Because they probably feel like vigilante justice was uncalled for. Let me tell y'all something right now. I would be in jail. My skinny ass would be in prison. He would not be in court right now. Bandages? For what? I never seen nobody put bandages on a dead body. He will be gone from this earth. This is nuts.
The room was packed with family and neighbors in support of Ali. Investigators say Ali's daughter actually reported her father missing to police on the day he's accused of raping someone else's child.
Wow. 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 Wow, man. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. Wow. This is how evil this world is, man. This Uber driver picks up a drunk girl, drives to her home, and then cuts the app off. Take her to a secluded space, grapes her like nothing, like it's nothing. What the hell is wrong with these people, man? This is what I worry about. Wow. Wow. This young lady is she's going to deal with this for her entire life. The father, much love to the dad. Much love to the dad. Man, I want to shake his hand. They said that 2 shots was fired. Maybe it looked like he did try to shoot him. It looked like he did. Maybe he shot him in the hand. Oh my gracious. I want to hear from the dad. And I hope and pray that they didn't arrest him because he did exactly what he was supposed to do. He cared enough to track his baby girl and see where she was.
58-year-old.
This sucks, man. That's absolutely insane. Wow. Hold on, guys. This is not, listen, here's another story. Like this is happening, man. And when we talk about immigration, when we talk about illegal immigration, when we talk about people being here without checks and balances, we're not knowing who they are, where they're from. They have certain culture, like where they're from, where this is okay. Like grabbing somebody, taking something from the girls, taking something from women, molesting and raping women is a part of their culture. But yet we have naive, wet behind the ears politicians in our country who are doing whatever they possibly can to flood our nation with these idiots. Here's another situation right here. And I hate to bum y'all out, man, but we need to have these conversations. Y'all let me know whatever y'all want me to know in the comments, man. Hit the like button as well.
How many more? How many more do we need to see before people understand, especially people on the left, politicians, that this is the people in our country, these are the children, the women that are being affected? How far does this have to go? And you put them ahead of our people, our citizens, in so many ways. But this right here is the worst way.
Just in case you guys can't read the sign that he's holding, it says, dad dies of grief after daughter, who is 12, was raped and beheaded by illegal immigrant.
And this is a thing that's happening. His father passed away out of grief, stress. He couldn't handle it after his daughter was raped by an illegal. And we just see this over and over again, and it's never enough. The count is never enough for you. When is it going to be enough? We're sick of it. We've had it. This isn't a left or a right thing. This is an American thing. This is standing up for the people of our country, for the children. Protect the children, protect the women, because they're not being protected.
At all. At all. Wow. 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 You know, at the end of the day, man, I'm tired of being politically correct. Tired of just going out of my way to say the right thing so that I not be doxxed or I not be shut down by these platforms. But that's where we are today. You know, you can't really just go your own way and just be radical and start communicating however you want to communicate about these issues. But you can't be quiet either. Not to sound cryptic or anything, let me be straight with you. I want to curse these mother effers out. I want to be as honest as I possibly can about these idiots, these demons. Not only illegal demons, I'm talking about domestic, the ones that are from here as well. I'm talking about all the demons who just want to wreak havoc and bring darkness and death and damnation on this world. This is happening. But when you get out there and you try to beat that drum, they call you a Christian nationalist. They call you, they say that you're in a cult because you want to live by some principles that just so happen to be in the Bible. If you don't, then you're going to say that what they're doing out here is okay. I don't think this shit is okay, man. I don't think this is okay at all. And yes, I'm a cursing Christian, but I'm trying to be better. I'm trying to stop. I'm doing my best to stop. Because sometimes the best way to communicate is to curse a mofo out. To use your broken language to really get and dig in their sugar honey iced tea. And let them know that you ain't about to take no stuff from them. Like, you gotta be mean with some of these people, man. You gotta be mean with some of these people. It's unfortunate, but that's how it is. They're really trying to take advantage of us. If you got a good heart, they're trying to take advantage of you. For real. They really are trying to take advantage of you. They don't care at all. Their only jobs is to get the job and keep the job and continue to fatten their pockets. While we get poorer and poorer, they're getting richer and richer. They can give a damn about us as citizens. That's why a lot of times I don't even claim being a Republican or Democrat. I'm all about us being Americans. Like, are we doing what's best for our country? Are we doing what we have to do to preserve everything that our ancestors fought and bled for, fought and died for? Not even our ancestors, our children, us. A lot of you fought for the military. A lot of you joined the military to make this country better. A lot of you did. And I thank you for your service for doing so. So I can only imagine that you look at what's happening in the world as a slap in the freaking face. How does this not bother you? I know it bothers me. And I once hated this country. I'm telling you, for no reason. For no reason. Well, it was for a reason, but it wasn't for a righteous reason. It's because this is what I was being told. This is what I was being taught. But it was up to me to adopt those that train of thought. Like, everything that was being taught, everything that's taught to us don't mean that we have to adopt it. It doesn't mean that we have to accept it. It don't mean that we have to regurgitate it, or we don't have to teach it to somebody else. We don't have to live that way. Like, we can eat the meat and spit out the bones as we're supposed to. We're supposed to do our own due diligence. We're supposed to go and do our own research and not just take somebody's information and just run with it. But the writing is on the wall. A lot of those demonic ways from these shithole countries are in our backyard. They're here now. What are we going to do about it? And not even that. Let's even leave the immigrants alone. I mean, because I love immigrants. I love everybody. But I do know that in order to go live in another country, you got certain rules that you got to live by. If you're in China on a visa, or Korea on a visa, or Japan on a visa, and that visa expires, they're going to get you up out of there. You're gone. Bye-bye, quick. For some strange reason, when people come to America, they feel like they can just do any damn thing. Just because this is the land of the free, that don't mean you're free to just break all of our rules and our laws. We can't do that. Well, apparently some criminals can do it over and over and over and over and over again because they know that they're going to be released. Because all I did was steal out of the store. All I did was assault somebody. All I did was stab somebody. All I did was people are raping individuals and only getting 1 year in jail. They're molesting children, only getting 1 year in prison. If that. I have an issue with this whole damn system. And now that I'm America first, I want to see us doing things for Americans. I want to see us like actually looking out for people who love the country, not people who hate it. Because it seems like the people who hate it are getting louder and louder and louder. And they're getting a pass to be able to say whatever they want to say about people who love the country. If you love the country, you want there to be some rules. You want Americans to come first before anybody else. You want to see our nation flourish. You want to see everybody working and happy. You want to see everybody protected. You want to see our children and our women protected specifically before anybody. That's the people who love our country. The people who hate our country, bro, they want to attack everything about you. Like they don't care. They want to protect pedos. We heard of maps. When I first heard the term maps, I looked it up and it blew my mind, bro. And the people that's trying to protect them is crazy. And then there was a real conversation that was just now had about them wanting to make maps gay. They want to make different parts of the country, the maps, they want to make that gay, make them more gay. Like, how in the hell? These people are insane. All right, so let me see what my people are talking about. Let me open up the screen a little bit. And I am going to the comments. Dun, dun, dun. And be nice, guys. Let me see. Here we go. First one. Breezy. I appreciate you are trying to correct course, but it was your thinking. It was your thinking that got us in this mess. And we all have to pay for the ignorance of the left. How is it my thinking that got us in this mess? How is it my thinking that got us in this mess, Breezy? I would love to hear that. My thinking ain't get us in no mess. At all. At all. Are you saying that the way that I voted is the reason why we're here? Is that what you're saying? I would love to hear more about that. But thank you for your contribution. I would love to hear more about that. Rodney says, send them back home. They're not going to assimilate to our ways of life and do things that are okay where they come from, and not the change and not the changes to fit American. Yeah. They're not going to assimilate because they feel like they don't have to. Hold up. I see. I'm scrolling up, Shane. To see what you're talking about. My 40. Okay, that's not what you said. Shane, can you repost it again, brother? Because I don't see it. I'm not scrolling all the way up there, bro. Can you copy and paste it so it's at the bottom? Thank you. Appreciate you. All right, Breezy. Breezy said you were one of those who hated this country. It's my fault for assuming you voted for the people who are allowing this crap. No. So, yeah, I voted Democrat for an entire time. I mean, I voted Democrat for a long time. But voting Democrat is not what brought our country into this mess that we're in. Do you believe that voting Republican for the last 30 years would make this country way better than it is? Is that what you believe? Now, I will say this. I voted for Biden. I was one of the 81 million people who voted for Biden. So you're right. You got me there. I am a part of the problem. I accept that. Because I am one of the 81 million who voted for Biden. You're right, Breezy. You're right. I have no argument. You're absolutely right. I voted for him. And that's why a lot of these people are here, because of me. No, you're right. Let me see here. Thank you, Lisa. Look at Lisa taking up for me. She said, you didn't get us in this mess. The Democrats left you. Absolutely, they did. I didn't vote for this at all. I didn't vote for that. Let's see. Let me see here. No, but Breezy is right. I did vote for Biden. And when I voted for Biden, I didn't know that he was going to put measures in place that will break the border. I didn't know that. You know what I mean? Let me see here. Shane says, my stand-up is so bad, I have to go to church every Thursday to confess. Don't worry about language. Just worry about getting your point across. Nah, I'm focusing on my language because I'm trying to be a better communicator. In order for me to do that, I have to focus on language because I can't communicate without it. So I'm forced to find a replacement word for the $2 curse words that I would just throw out just to fill the void. But I'm in no hurry to make a point. So if I'm in no hurry to make a point, then I can take a couple seconds to think of a better word to replace whatever I was going to say. See, a lot of times we just like to flow with it. We just like to flow with it and just talk and curse and talk and curse. Hurry up and get a point out there. And we feel like the curse word helps our point. Like it adds like an exclamation to it. It adds more color when it actually just exposes us for being ignorant. Because here I am, 48 years old, just turned 48 years old on March 25th, guys. And thank y'all for all the birthday wishes, by the way. I'm 48 years old. 2 years from 50. 4 amazing children and beautiful, amazing, lovely wife. I was in ministry for 19 years. Here I am coaching people on YouTube, coaching people on how to do YouTube stuff. I think it's my duty. I think it's my job to consider my speech when I have an audience, especially if I would like to stand on stages someday and communicate with people about different ideas and thoughts that I might have. So that's just me. I'm practicing. Call it practice. But also, that's the most important part. If I proclaim the word of Christ, or I proclaim, being a disciple or follower of God, then I can't always communicate like the world. Like I gotta go out of my own way, gotta step outside of myself and communicate the way that I believe that the Lord will be pleased. Does that make any sense? So a lot of times it's not me trying to stop cursing because I don't want to rub you the wrong way. Pause, no diddy. A lot of times it has more to do with me trying to better myself. That's all. And I see absolutely nothing wrong with that. Brent, thank you so much for the super chat. That baby girl is with Jesus. Eternal judgment is just around the corner for some. I'm definitely not the judge, but it's coming. Thank you, man. I appreciate the words and the support, brother. Thank you. Thank you. Let me see here. Maybe with all of the division in politics, someday an independent may have a chance, unless the end comes before that. An independent still have their biases. If you think about it, an independent is nothing but a progressive. An independent is a fence straddler. An independent is someone who is taking suggestions from the left and from the right and like, okay, let's build the perfect house. How can we do this? How can we do this? Now, I'm not saying that they're wrong for wanting to open the floor to everybody for conversation and to see who has better ideas than the other. I think that's great. But a lot of times people want to build their perfect world, and that's how they become independent, or they just are too much of a coward to take a stance, to take a position. And since they're cowards and they can't take a position, they become independent. I mean, I'm not saying that you're a coward for being independent, but I will say this. Most people who claim to be independent are not independent because this system has been beating us down for a long time, this two-party system. And a lot of times when we feel like we aren't that, we are that. Like sometimes I still feel like I'm a Democrat. Sometimes I still feel like I'm a Democrat. My thoughts and my allegiances and how I feel on certain topics are very democratic. But sometimes I'm conservative. Like the way I live my life for the most part, because I have certain Democrat ways I live my life too that's not very conducive to a successful way of building a business or building a family or anything. But, you know what I mean? I don't know if an independent is the answer, but it will be, I guess, interesting to see. I don't know if I would trust them more than I would somebody who's a Democrat versus Republican. I don't know. Not sure. I don't even know if I will vote for independent. I don't even like people who go onto the CNN panels and they ask them questions and they be like, "Oh, you're an independent. Who you gonna vote for?" It'd be like days before the election and they still don't know. I don't know. Still trying to see how this plays out. I don't know. How in the hell don't you know days before the election who you're gonna vote for? You haven't seen what you need to see yet? Here we are a couple weeks before the election. They're interviewing people, or right after the debate, the debates that they have, and they're interviewing people when we're about to go and cast a ballot. And these individuals still don't know what the hell they want to do. They still don't know who they want to vote for. That just shows me confusion. It don't show me any independence. It don't show me someone that I will rally behind. So, but that's just me. Making another party is never the answer. Stepping away is, though. Yeah. Sometimes you got to step away. Sometimes you got to step away. Or sometimes you got to step into. All right. So, like, sometimes we think that stepping away is the answer, which could be, but sometimes stepping into and becoming more involved and making your voice heard, making your presence known, giving them your point of view, your showing them that you're paying attention. Sometimes that changes things more than anything, because now they know that they can't pull the wool over your eyes. They can't just act as if they're doing something for you and intentionally go another way. Like they have to make sure that they take care of you. So yeah, Van, I've seen some decent independent candidates, but the two parties have deep pockets. Yeah, they do. They got deep pockets, deep backing. A lot of people support them, and they will continue. This is a two-party country, and I don't think anybody wants to get rid of that. Let me see. Queen B, thank you so much. Shout out to Queen B. I appreciate you. Ginger and Juice. Rolling down the street, smoking Indo, sipping on ginger and juice. Ginger and juice. Amen, Van. I'm a work in progress. I'm a mess and totally need Christ. Us believers help each other and sometimes offer correction. It stings, but I receive when done in love. Absolutely, 1000%. I'm the same way. When somebody's just browbeaten and trying to act like they're better and just saying, you're not supposed to be this way, talk this way, look this way, walk that way. Like, get the hell out of my face. Like, seriously, get the hell out of my face. Let me see here. Yes, I do. I do straddle the fence at times. I'm sure that we all do. at times, right? No, I'm the only one. I'm the only one. I'm the only lukewarm church up in here. No, I'm far from perfect, bro. But when I was talking about straddling the fence, um, I'm not in office, right? Like I'm making attempts to be a better person for me and for my family. You know what I mean? And I believe that I don't know if the Lord will ever be pleased with how I move and how I talk and whatnot. I don't think there's something that I can do that will make the Lord more pleased with me because he created me. But at the end of the day, I do believe that it's up to me to want to be better. If I don't want to be better, then I won't be better. I won't even make any steps to be better. Every single day I try to go to the gym. There was many times where I will be like, I just do some push-ups right quick. I just do a couple of push-ups while I watch TV, which is still good. It's still putting it in my mind that I want to be healthy, that I want to be stronger, and that I want to discipline myself. But until I lock in and step outside of my comfort zone and take steps toward my goal, then I will always be stuck in that position. It takes away the fence straddling. It takes away the, going back and forth. Am I going to watch porn? Am I not going to watch porn? Am I going to curse? Am I not going to curse? Am I going to eat extra sweets or am I going to eat healthy? Like, it's always decisions to make. And a lot of times we don't always make the right decisions. So, but one thing I do every single day, I acknowledge the Lord. Every single day, I acknowledge God and not only acknowledge him, but thank him for his grace and his mercy. I thank him for putting a roof over my head. I thank him for my family. I thank him for people who have me and my family's best interests at heart. People who have never even met me before, who have only seen me on the internet, but have still sent up a prayer to the Lord for me. People who support all the time. I thank God for people who allow me to coach them. You know what I mean? People who say, you know what? I'm going to take a chance on this brother. And they actually got some fruits out of it. They benefited from it. You know what I mean? So sometimes you got to, life is not going to be like perfect for you, but at least try. Like, are you trying? Or are you parallel parking in your sin and saying, this is just who I am? That's the difference. A lot of people feel like this is who I am. Once I reach 30, I'm done changing. I'm not changing for nobody. This is who I am. The Lord created me just how I am, and I'm not changing. But not realizing that when we accept God's law and God's principle and we decide to follow Christ, we got to at least try to stay on the right path. Try. That's it. Try. What's your intention? Is your intention to be yourself and just tell God that, just believe that the Lord is going to cover you regardless? Or is your intention to actually be a better person and take measures to do so? Not only for yourself, but for the people you're responsible for. So yeah, I straddle the fence, man, but I'm far from perfect. Like, far from it. And I'm sure y'all know that already, but I know a lot of y'all are far from perfect as well. Let me see here. Yeah. So I said, bottom line is I believe in God, the Father, the Almighty. Absolutely. Same way. Vote. If everybody vote, they can't cheat. Shit. I believe everybody should vote, but they still gonna cheat. Still gonna cheat. Everybody voted during the Biden when Biden was running against Trump. And apparently Biden is the most popular president of all time. Did you know? Go figure. 81 million votes. Nobody ever got that before. Biden is the GOAT. Biden is the daggone GOAT. Mr. Ed, thank you so much for the super chat. Van, 1.2 million. Wow. Been with you since you were doing ride along song reactions. How is JoJo doing? Thank you so much, man. JoJo's doing well. And I appreciate you being with me since I was doing car tests. That's what I used to call them. I used to call them car tests. And this picture right here, this is Sasha. This is my muse. She was in all of my videos. She was in a lot of my videos when I very first started. She was in my very first reaction video. This picture right here. Even when I took car tests, I will take her picture off of the wall and I will put it in the car because I was trying to be intentional about content creation. I appreciate you even saying this. So, guys, a lot of y'all don't know, but when I teach people how to do content creation, I teach them to start with music reactions. And the reason why is because I believe it helps with your communication. It helps with your confidence. You can have a good time and relax. You don't have to do all of the heavy lifting. The artists do it for you. The comedians that you're reacting to do the heavy lifting for you. All you got to do is taste test it and give your honest opinion and connect with communities that you wouldn't have ordinarily connected with had it not been for the reactions. And that's something that I was doing, man. And I took pride in it. I had fun doing it. I didn't check out music that I normally listen to. I checked out music that I can learn something from, or I can connect to another group of people that I never would have had conversations with. What conversations would I have had with a bunch of people who enjoy rock or heavy metal or country if it weren't for reactions? So this is what I was doing. I was having conversations with people from all walks of life through YouTube reactions. And as you can see, right now, we're not doing music. We're doing politics. We're doing pop culture. We're doing real events, like real situations. We're having real conversations. But it didn't start off that way. And if you go back and look at other reaction channels that's starting today, a lot of reaction channels are starting with music. Some are starting with politics and whatever the case may be. But if you're the type of person that don't really feel like you want to be behind a camera, you don't feel like you are as pretty as you once was, you don't feel like you're as handsome as you once was, maybe you feel like you're not that great of a communicator. Well, a lot of times, if you want to get involved in content creation, do something that will help you along, like reactions, where you can just taste test, you know what I mean? And just give your opinion. And guess what? Some people don't know this, but your perspective is not only valued, but is sought after. People want your perspective, especially as an American. If you're an American, people want to hear what you think about certain things. For real. If you're white, black people want to hear what you think. If you're black, white people want to hear what you think. If you're gay, straight people want to hear what you think. If you're straight, gay people want to hear what you think. They act like they don't, but they really do. Same thing with Democrats, Republicans, so forth and so on. It's just about bridging the gap so that you can start a conversation, whether it's uncomfortable or not, as long as it's leading toward a goal that's going to help us move forward as a nation. I know I probably said a whole lot that didn't mean a damn thing, but that's just how I feel, man. Let me see here. Weezy talking about shooting. I just try every day to be better than I was the day before. I have merch that says "Outwork yesterday" on it, Weezy. And whenever I go to the gym, I like to throw on that t-shirt. Why? Because I got like 3 of them, 3 or 4 of them. And they all are the same, but I just got like 3 or 4 of them. And I put that bad boy on, and it just says outwork yesterday. It's wrinkled. And I'm just trying to compete with myself. I'm just trying to push myself. I'm not competing with my neighbors. That takes away stress. I don't have to contend with anyone else. I just do me. Try to be a better version of myself every day. And that's helpful because whether you fail or succeed, at least you tried. You put some effort into it. And that's all you can do is just try to be better. And the only person that you can measure up to is yourself. So you're absolutely right. I'm with you on that, Weezy. Manny says no one is perfect, but we strive for holiness as he is holy. Instructions from him. I fell miserably. Lots, but still got to keep trying. Shout out to Nanny. Shout out to Nanny. Yeah, I agree, and I'm with you on that. So many things happen behind the scenes while y'all stuck into this stuff. Mainly the Great Reset, wealth transfer happening in real time. Prepare digital assets. Everything will be tokenized. Do you teach about this type of stuff, Jay? Because I love that. These are conversations that I like having as well. About positioning yourself to still win in the future. I'm with you on that. And a lot of times we are focusing on the wrong things while the main events are happening behind our backs. Sometimes it's happening right in front of our faces, but we're so busy with mundane things that we're not impactful. We're not, stopping it. We don't stop the train, and we don't even make it go into a different course that's a little better than it's going. And once it happened to us, it's too late. Let me see here. Found you back on Charlie Daniels' Simple Man reaction. Don't know how long that's been, but it's a good while. Years, bro. Years, Jared. And Jared, thank you, brother. I appreciate your support for the years, man. That's been years. I remember doing that one, man. For real. Let's see. When did I do that one? Let's see. Simple Man, LFR Family. Simple Man, LFR Family. I did that 4 years ago. Yep, 4 years ago. Leonard Skinner. And then I did another one by Charlie Daniels. And they both did very well. So if you are a content creator, especially if you're black, react to Simple Man. 4 years ago, I did it. It got 633,000 views. And then I did another Simple Man that got 194,000 views. Yeah. I don't know why I did another one. Was this Jesus? I did it 3 times. So yeah, 4 years ago, Jared. Jesus. Jared is an OG. Triple. You're a triple OG, man. Let's see here. She says she loves softball, but she hates the gym. I appreciate y'all, man. All right, about to skedaddle. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this live stream. I did. If y'all have any other topics that y'all would like for me to discuss, or especially if it's fresh and hot off of the skillet and y'all want us to discuss it, email it to me, van.hall@lfrfamily.com. My information is inside the descriptions. Also, if you are looking to start a YouTube journey, your YouTube journey for the summer, maybe you're starting to start your channel, and you want a nudge, then I want you to reach out to me. All right. I want you to reach out to me with the word coach. My information is below, or you can skip that, grab the course, and you will be hearing from me shortly after you grab the course. That's in the second link in the descriptions. Don't forget, we also have Mito Blue inside of the very first link, and if you use my my code, you will get 20% off. That's pretty much all I have for you guys. Y'all have an amazing day. Thank you for everything. And yes, if you are in the coaching group, pull up so we can do our thing. We will be here until 1:30. I see Nadia is already here. What's going on, Nadia? We have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from zero to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age, I don't care what skills or talents you have, trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach and we can get it done. One more thing, we have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week, and you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you. Love you. Peace.